Hey there, friends. So sorry it's been a long while. I've been deployed overseas for a while. I finally got home and had a bunch of stuff to do around the house. So it took a lot of my time. I've actually been waiting on these tires anyway since October. I ordered them while I was still on deployment, hoping to get them. There's a nationwide shortage currently for rubber, so finding tires was hard to do, just in general. I actually was trying to go with the Michelin Anarchy Adventures, but they didn't have any. Instead, I was able to get a set of Continental TKC 70s. They're roughly the same. The rear pattern's a little different than I wanted, but it works for now. Eventually, later on, I'll get spoked rims and turn this thing, have a off-road, on-road setup, so I can just swap the tires easily. Since I do most of my riding on the street anyway, I wanted a little bit of off-road capability, but my normal day-to-day riding doesn't take me down dirt single track, so it's fine the way it is right now. The video is going to have a little bit of discontinuity on the fact that, as you can see, the wheel has already been removed. I had pulled the whole wheel assembly out and turned it in to get the new tires mounted and everything like that. But the install is roughly the same as the removal process. Granted, it's just a little bit backwards. But with that being said, let's get into installing these wheels. Alright, first and foremost, I put the axle back in place so that way I could keep track of where the spacers went and everything, because I've had the wheels off for about a day or two now. There's not very many shops that are close by where I live, so I had to wait for them to get mounted. I'd mount and balance them myself, but I don't have the equipment to do that, so unfortunately have to take it to a shop. So anyway, you have your main axle bolt right here and your axle itself. So the axle does not necessarily like to come out very easily, so you can use this. It's a 14 for the hex head. You just put it on there and give it a little bit of a twist as you push. It'll help back it out. Once the axle's out, do not swap these spacers up. It can mess you up. I'm going to clean them up first before I reinstall them, and then I have the axle itself here. Again, I'll also clean that up. I'm going to put a little bit of lubricant on it to help everything move freely. While I'm thinking about it, let me just get the cleaning done real quick. Alright, let's hit this up with a little bit of brake cleaning real quick. Alright, now that that's all clean, I'm doing this pan. Move that out of the way. Alright, I'm going to first give these things all a nice little coat of just some all-purpose grease. It's fine, it won't hurt anything. Another towel. Wipe off some of the excess. Then coat grease onto the next one. everything's all lubed up and ready to go, it's time to install the wheel. So first and foremost, you'll want to make sure you have the wheel lined up into where it goes. Line up brake calipers. When you do remove these, do not squeeze the brake. If you squeeze the brake while the wheel is removed, it's going to close the calipers and it's going to make it a bad time for you. So just don't touch the brakes at all once you've removed the wheel. Let's get our... Oop, I almost forgot this actually. Time to put my left and right in. Put those in place. And we got our axle. Time to slide our axle in place. Come on. Just being a butthead today. A bunch of grime on you. Okay, you want to be able to butt it like that. The spacers want to be a butt. Alright, there we go. The axle holes lined up. Go. Got her all the way through. Take your axle nut. I'm going to apply some blue Loctite to it. Always thread your bolts in by hand first, because if there's any resistance, you're actually cross-threading it. Alright, let's get our sockets on there. Just going to snug it up for the moment. Good. Now to get my torque wrench. This is to be torqued to 38 foot-pounds. Good. Pop our sockets. Now to do the pinch bolts. And a little bit of thread locker just to be on the safe side. Don't want anything backing out on me. Now mind you, if you haven't seen any of my videos before, I put thread locker on everything, but thread locker does change your torque value by about 10%. So I make sure to calculate for that, okay, pre-setting of the torque wrench, and that way I don't accidentally over torque it. The values I do give you are the book values straight out of the book. Alright, so now these pinch bolts get torqued to 16 foot-pounds. And that's the front wheel done. Move to the rear. Alright, time to install the rear. Same basic principle as the front. The rear wheel here. Got your brake caliper side. It's going to receive this one right here. And I already pre-cleaned these. And your drive side, it's going to receive this one right here, just like so. Your brake caliper is not actually attached. You can just remove it. It slots into the slide pin here on the swing arm. Just make sure you don't drop it and put too much stress on the brake line. So we're going to get the wheel in place. Alright, get our axle pre-greased. I'm going to line my chain up onto the sprocket. Get my brakes aligned. And upsy daisy. Get our axle installed. And of course I pushed it out. Okay, there's all over it. Pushed the axle a little too far in. So I gotta play some surgery here in between. There we go. Just line my brake rotor up. Alrighty. The axle's pushed all the way through. We can put our adjustment plates on there, our washer, and then our bolt, or sorry, our nut. I'm just going to slightly cinch those down for a moment. Alright, and now I need to set my chain slack and everything so that the wheel sets correctly. Anyway, I'm going to do the adjustments because I've already shown how to do the chain adjustments before. It's fairly simple, so if you need to figure out a way to link the video, if not, just look through the few videos I do have. I will be doing brakes at some point, so I'll be covering how to replace the pads on this thing as well as a chain. I'm actually reaching near the life of my chain right now, but my tires were down to a 30-second left, so they were a little more important. I'm waiting on the chain right now. Everything's back ordered because, you know, Rona. So I'm waiting on that. I did actually, when I was taking it off-roading, dump the bike, so I broke the rear turn signal off, and I've got it kind of baling wired on right now. I'll do a video about how to install that later. Let's see, what else? I'm looking at doing a video for some fog lights. I've already acquired the actual manufacturer switch for the center of the dash. I just need to find a set of lights I like to buy, and then I'll do a video on that. I have a video that will be coming out about the crash bars. It'll probably be after this one. I already installed the crash bars as soon as I got home because they're the first things that were actually here. But that was supposed to be a later on video. So I got new crash bars, new skid plate. That'll be coming soon. And that's all I can think of at the moment. But anyway, until next time, friends, later.